Welcome to Brewery Lovers. Thank you for visiting our channel. We are traveling the country and we are visiting microbreweries. And we're going to have a beer.
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
I want that one.
I want that one.
Well, I'm taking it.
All right, I'll take this one.
Okay.
Cheers.
You don't want that one, you want that one.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Cheers.
Cheers. So good.
So this is a 5-barrel brew house, but it's really what it is 2.5 barrel brew houses that we have to run simultaneously to get our 5-barrel yield out of it.
And you can do that once a day or more than once?
When we brew, we're doing double brew days, so we're kicking out 10 barrels of beer.
So you can make 10 barrel?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
We're making a double IPA. It's called Where My Shade's At, which started as double IPA number 2 in our double IPA series.
So that was like an experiment, number 2?
Yes, yeah, we like to use it as an outlet to try out new hops, really.
Okay. And what hops are in this one?
This one has Mosaic, Centennial, and Simcoe, so it's really just more about the blending of those hops rather than anything new.
Good choices. Okay, tell us what we're looking at behind you, Joe.
So this is our cellar area. We have 100 barrels of fermentation capacity here. When we first opened, we just had these 4 10-barrel tanks on my left side here.
They're each 10 barrels?
Yep, these are just 10 barrels.
Okay.
And then it might have been like, I guess going on 2.5, 3 years ago at this point, we purchased these extra 20-barrel tanks to bring us up to 100 barrels.
Is this all fermentation or is there any bright here?
Yep, this is just fermentation. We have 2 bright tanks in the walk-in.
They're back in the cooler?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let's see, I started homebrewing pretty young, I think at like 19, and it wasn't just to, like make some cheap hooch because I couldn't buy it. It was truly, I was very fascinated by the science behind it. I was going to college, didn't know what I wanted to do as a career, and sometime in there I decided I really wanted to make a go at making this my career. Yeah, honestly I love making just like middle of the road, ABV-wise lager beer. It's one of my favorite types of beers to drink, and I really love some of the nuances you can get from just the malt and the hops.
You said lager?
Yeah.
And you do a couple of lagers here, right?
We do, yeah.
What are they?
We do a beer called Goats Go to Hell, which is our Hellas lager. We do a dry hop pilsner called Lawn Chairs, which is probably the beer that I'm most proud to make and to have my name attached to.
Growing up, I think statute of limitations has passed, so in our early drinking days, my childhood friend Larry Zarek, who's also part owner here, we're always trying different beers and just always experimenting, always trying whatever was new or different, or things that were hard to come by or hard to get, or things we'd stumble upon, or things people would recommend, or whatever the priciest thing on the shelf was, we would try. So this location, our first spot where I dreamed of opening was in Sea Isle City. That's where I had worked, and I just loved Sea Isle. It's just where my heart was. And I really tried to open up a brewery in Sea Isle, and unfortunately it didn't happen. At the same time, Tuckahoe Brewery, which used to be here, was moving to a larger location. So again, just serendipity. The landlord reached out and said, hey, I've got this spot. I know you're having a hard time in Sea Isle. And the landlord came and said, this building's pre-approved. It's already been a brewery. And I don't know if I'd have a brewery today if that hadn't worked out that way. But here we are, and we've had tremendous success here. We're growing here. So when we were trying to open up in Sea Isle, we were going to call it Sea Isle City Brewing Company, and it didn't feel very authentic, I guess. I felt like I was shilling a sweatshirt more than I was shilling beer. And just one night I was on Wikipedia and I was just searching Sea Isle City, and the very first line said Sea Isle City located on Ludlam Island, and that blew me away. I'd lived there my whole life, since I was a child, and I never knew that. And I thought it was super cool, and I thought, wow, if I don't know that, there's a lot of people out there who don't know that. And now I felt like I had a story right off the bat. As far as, the community that we've garnered has been really humbling, I guess. The fact that people want to spend not only their money, but they want to spend their time here, and the people who really enjoy coming out, probably the best, just the people you've met and the relationships we've built over the years. I mean, you're a prime example. And then, you know, you guys being home brewers, you know how cool it is to just kick around and talk beer all day. I love it. I enjoy spending time here and meeting all the people who are just into beer, and just the sense of community, I guess, is the coolest part for me. It's really just keeping your pulse on the industry and seeing what's garnering excitement out there. And the same things that public's excited about are the things that we're excited about. We'll try a new versioning style it's getting a little traction, and you know, we experiment a lot, especially with the sours and the barrel-aged beers. You know, we love experimenting. It's all about just experimentation and talking to other brewers and other beer lovers. It's really just it. And we kick around stuff, and we try, you know, we love going to other breweries. It's not like we just drink our stuff. It's just a cool, exciting industry. Everyone's friendly. Everyone shares their knowledge, which is very different from the pizza industry that I come from. So it's just a nice industry.
What do you consider your flagship or flagships?
You know, it's funny you say that, because for a long time it's been Fish Alley IPA. That was our flagship. With the explosion of the New England style IPA, it's starting to, we see just the sales trends going more towards our Water Guns and Rainbows, which I really think is just going to take over the Fish Alley slot as like our main beer. It's very hard for us to keep it in stock, and that's kind of, you know, just happened overnight almost. I mean, the team, yeah, definitely. They have a great crew. They're super cool. When I was interviewing for Joey's position, I knew I needed to hire personality, because I was going to be spending 10 to 12 hours a day with this person. So it had to be somebody I enjoyed spending time with. And it was nice that the guy most qualified was also that dude I wanted to hang out with. Yeah, the thing I'm most proud of is the relationships that we've built, and even with the other breweries. I mean, I can call any of them for any piece of advice. I can borrow anything from them. And I feel like I'm the same way. Anything I can do for them, you know, I want everybody to succeed. We always talk, like, it's a very common thing that we all say, like, we compete. There's no doubt about it. We are competing with these other breweries, but we can be cool about it. And I think that's the coolest thing I'm proud of. I don't have the pedal to the floor, I guess, is the way to think about it. I like thoughtful growth. I'm not just borrowing every penny I can to get as big as I can as fast as I can. I try to make things manageable. I'm a huge believer in work-life balance. So I'm not pushing us to the limit ever. I feel like I don't have much work-life balance in my life, so I try to give it to the people that I can. Every month that I pay all my bills, pay all my employees, and pay my rent, I've succeeded.
That's a success.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm not driving a Ferrari, but... Shit, is that thing today?